So, the last couple days, I've been asked multiple times by different people the same question. And so I thought I would address it in a quick video. And the question was is how to know when it's your ego versus your intuition and how to identify it. And with the ego is very meticulous because the ego, well, it speaks first. It speaks loudest and it speaks first. And so you tend to be listening to the ego first and foremost. When you're newer to the practice of tapping into your intuition, you're going to hear your ego a lot faster. And the ego being so loud and it being an ego directed thought is typically, how is this going to better my future? How is this going to affect me in the long run? What is the in the moment, how's this going to affect me long term? So the ego is all about logic, and it's the mind, if you will, just calculating the logic behind everything. Now, the inner voice, inner guidance, intuition, whatever you want to call it, that's subtle. It's very subtle. So subtle, in fact, that we tend to push it and throw it in the closet and go, no, that's crazy. Uh, and that soft little voice can tend to get less and less noticeable the more we push it to the side. So, with that though, how you can really tell the difference between ego and the actual intuition that you're trying to tap into is merely the feelings behind the thought. So if you're tapping into your feelings, what you actually feel, and it's a feeling of more that you're on the right path. You can't explain it. There is no logic behind it. It's all in that feeling. I don't know why. It just is. I just know. And when you tap into those feelings, you are knowing that it's coming from a more genuine place. Now that the ego has this is more of the place of logic, but the inner voice and the intuition is more of a place of love and authenticity, and sometimes when it hits at us, we're not quite sure if it is giving us this crazy answer that we're not going to act upon. And so the ego will come in and start to sabotage on all sorts of levels, starts to sabotage that inner knowing. And so really the biggest advice I can give in tapping into your intuition is recognizing it. And by recognizing it is actually being aware and paying attention to your feelings. It feels physical too. So like if you're feeling like a sick feeling in your stomach, like something just doesn't feel right, I mean, listen to that, like really tap into that. If you notice that your mind is doing the monkey mind thing going on, where it's just constantly, but how's this going to work? How? It's the how. Or why. And if you can push that to the side and just recognize the how, why, everything is the logic side of it is coming more from the ego, then you can tap into the actual intuition, which is the beautiful portion of being able to just go with the flow. You feel it, you know it, you do it. So that's how you can kind of tell the difference between ego and intuition. Feel the feelings, process the feelings behind the thoughts, and you will be tapping into your intuition. Thanks.